Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you who I think might be the next Luton Town manager. I'm going to give you my head prediction, what my heart is saying. We're going to go through the list of potential candidates as well according to the bookies. This won't be the only video to come out today. I am uploading a match preview for the Nottingham Forest game, which of course is tomorrow. And if we do announce the sale of Joe Taylor, I will also make a separate video. So plenty of videos to come out today. Do appreciate you guys watching, liking, commenting, sharing, all that stuff. So thank you for the support. So what is my head saying? So my head is saying that Luton, we need a bit of a old school type of manager. We need someone that can get us out of this situation which we are currently in. We need someone who's got maybe a little bit of experience at getting out of a relegation fight, because realistically we are in one, and it could get really ugly if we don't start getting results soon. So I do think we need someone with a bit of experience that will come in, not afraid to upset a few players, and basically say some really hard, solid truths to some of them, because I do think a kick up the bum is definitely needed for some of these players, and we need to start seeing a little bit of fight. We need to see a bit of fighting for positions. Let's see how many players recover from injury now we've got a new boss. How urgently are they wanting to fight and claim a spot in the first team? That's what I'm really interested to see, what could potentially happen. So I just feel like, yeah, an old school type of manager might be needed. What's my heart saying? My heart is saying, well, I give you what my clear choice is. I want Rosenior. Rosenior, for me, comes across brilliantly in his interviews. What he did at Hull, I thought was great. I thought he actually managed to get Hull out of a relegation fight. He actually transformed their season a bit, and he made them a lot better the following year. Unfortunately, he was unable to get into those playoff positions, but he played some really nice football. And for whatever reason, Hull owner decided to depart ways with him, and you've now seen the impact since Rosenior has left on what's happened to Hull. They've had, of course, 2 managers now, and they look like they're in another relegation fight, just like us. Now, Rosenior is now currently managing in the top division in France. Whether or not he will come to us, I'm not too sure. But if you was to say to me, Lewis, who do you want? I say Rosenior. I just love the style of football he plays. It's exciting. I think he's adaptable as well. He can be cautious if needed. He can be positive if needed. I feel like he's a really good modern day manager. And I feel like I'm looking more long term. I feel like he's adaptable. And if we were to be successful under this next boss, I'm looking at, can they be adaptable to the Premier League? Because you can't just play one way and not change it. So someone like Russell Martin, which some people have suggested, no, because he won't change. He won't change his ways. I want an adaptable coach. I want a plan A and I want a plan B. And if they don't work, a plan C and a plan D. I want someone in game that can tactically change things if it's going wrong. And I feel like Rosenior, he fits that bill. He was the reason why Derby actually did stay up during their financial crisis. Yes, they did eventually get relegated when it got worse, but he was the mastermind behind that, not Wayne Rooney at the time. So I want Rosenior. That's my personal choice. So let's go through the link of potential candidates. David Moyes, Sean Dyche. They're not coming to Luton. Some people might say, Lewis, why not being ambitious enough? They're not coming to Luton. It's got nothing to do with Luton wanting them. They've got to want Luton. That's how I look at it. They're very big, well-named candidates. I just don't see them dropping down to the Championship to manage Luton. Very old school, exactly what we would need. I would never turn them down, but they're not coming to Luton. They are going to get Premier League moves. Sean Dyche is a proven Premier League manager, and I think Everton are idiots for sacking him in a relegation fight. Because if they think a new boss is going to come in and fix it, unless it's David Moyes, I feel like they're in trouble. I mentioned old school manager, that's what my head is saying. You've got someone like Neil Harris out there, who's currently available. You saw what he did with Mill last year. You saw what Millwall have been like in the Championship all these years. Neil Harris got Millwall into the Championship. He's got old school ways, and if you look at what Millwall did at the start of this season, they were playing some quite nice stuff. And he knows how to grind out results. He knows the level. So he's someone that would come in with an old school mentality and is not afraid to upset a few people. Another candidate, Stephen Schumacher. I've actually highlighted him. I actually wouldn't mind him. He's young, ambitious. Could he get us out of a relegation fight? That is the question. Me personally, I just think a new voice is needed, and then it will trigger a reaction from our players. Because whoever inherits our squad, it's not a bad squad. It's just a squad that's underperforming. It's a well-established team. Well-established players. They're just underperforming. And I just feel like it just needs someone who's got it's a different voice, fresh ideas, and hopefully it clicks and we start getting results. That's all I think it needs. And if it doesn't happen that way, then we know it's the players. We know it's their fault. We know they're the ones contributing massively towards Edwards' sacking. Of course, they did, but at least we know a little bit more if they fail under another person. That's for sure. But Stephen Schumacher is someone who I do like. Done a fantastic job at Plymouth under strict budgets. Of course, players that are not as good as other Championship players. And also, when he went to Stoke, I thought he was doing alright, but then he got harshly sacked at Stoke, which most managers at Stoke do. So he's currently available, and I did read that he's actually looking for a very ambitious project. I think we are an ambitious project. Some people will disagree with that. I think we are. And I think we are an attractive position for someone to come in. It's not a bad club. It's not a bad team. It's just an underperforming team, in my view. Another manager who's on the bookies list is David Wagner. He was fantastic at Huddersfield. He managed to get them to win ugly. They won promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. He actually kept them up in the Premier League for their first season, but unfortunately they did get relegated in the second. He got Norwich into those playoff places last season, but they ended up departing ways. I'm unsure with David Wagner. I need to do a little bit more research on his style of football, especially what it was like at Norwich from last year. But someone experienced in the Championship and also experienced in the Premier League. Steve Cooper. This is the big one. Now, another big name. Now, because of what happened at Leicester, I do think his next move will be a Championship club. But will it be us? Are we the right one for him? This is what I have a question mark over, because he did leave Swansea, and that was because himself and the Swansea board saw the future of the football club in different ways, and that's why they ended up departing ways, because they didn't see eye to eye. Will Steve Cooper see eye to eye with our owners, with our vision, with our future? If he does, then 100% go for Cooper, because he's got experience at winning promotion out of the Championship and also experience at keeping a side up in the division. What he did at Nottingham Forest, I thought, was an unbelievable job. From when he took over from, I think they were in the bottom three in the Championship at the time, winning promotion via the playoffs, and then staying up in the Premier League first season after like recruiting 25 odd players. I thought it was a great achievement. And then the following year, yeah, they were in trouble, but realistically, I do think he would have kept Nottingham Forest up anyway, especially with how we ended up happening for us with the the amount of defeats, the injury crisis. So he would have kept Nottingham Forest up. Is what I'm trying to say in the second year because of what happened to us. So I thought, yeah, brilliant at Nottingham Forest, but then at Leicester, considering what happened in the summer with all the potentially getting point deductions and so on, he got sacked with them being above those relegation places. Leicester fans may say he was actually going to get us relegated, but they were in a relegation fight from minute one, Leicester. So I thought he was doing the correct job, and they were getting wins. So yeah, I would take Steve Cooper 100%. Moving on to Matt Bloomfield. He's been another one that's massively been linked to the football club. Apparently, if Luton want him, we only have to pay 100k. That's his release clause. Now, Matt Bloomfield is doing a great job at Wycombe. I want to see more from him. I think it's too early in his manager career, if I'm being honest. I want to see him keep going. What he's doing at Wycombe, he's transforming the football club. I just want to let him stay there. I need to see more. I think it's too early. I think we're in a tough spot, and it might be too much for him. In my opinion, considering he's not managed in the Championship. He's played in the Championship, of course, but managing and playing is totally different. We all know that. And lastly, I've seen a manager been linked to this job, and I hope we don't get him. Neil Lennon, the former Celtic boss. No thank you. Not done anything since his first proper spell at Celtic, where he did, of course, achieve a few things. But our Celtic fans about Neil Lennon, they're not happy. They don't like him. They don't like him anymore. They'll tell you a few hard truths there. I do not want him, and I swear to God, if we were to get him, I would be absolutely frustrated. I'd be so annoyed. Apparently he's been interviewed for the job. I really hope we do not go there. Yes, experience, but no thank you. Please, no, Luton. Do not do this to me. But anyway, those are the list of candidates. You've got a few rogue ones. You could go with Ryan Mason at Tottenham. Jermaine Defoe's looking for his first manager job. Just throwing you names here. We could promote within. We could go with Alex Lawless or Alan Sheehan, who's been linked with. We're not going to go back for Nathan Jones. I'd be absolutely godsmacked if we get Nathan Jones for the third time. And this isn't Nathan Jones' squad anymore. So we have to remember that this ain't the same Nathan Jones side. He might like some of these players, and he's managed some of these players before, but this, realistically, is not his team anymore. Majority of these players are Edwards' signings. So I just don't see it happening. Let him stay at Charlton. Just leave us and Nathan. Yeah, it's just not going to work again. I just don't think. Although I would love Nathan to come back, my passion, my love for him is still there. I just think it's just not worth it anymore. Let him just do what he needs to do. He's done his time at Luton. We're grateful. He played a massive part in our success. Just leave him at Charlton and let him do what he needs to do there, because I think he's going to be successful there, if I'm being honest. So yeah, there's a lot of managers there I've mentioned throughout this 12.5-minute video. Let me know if there is a particular candidate you want Luton to bring to the football club. Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and yes, I'll see you in my next video, which will be uploaded at some point today. Thank you for watching.